Stamperia and Spellbinders have joined up to release some of the sweetest Christmas dies you will ever see. But what if you want a sweet card for another season? No problem. Hello and welcome to Karen's Creative Cards on YouTube. I love dies that have dual purposes and also am a huge fan of unique fun folds. Just look at this card I designed with the new Gingerbread house and Spellbinders Sweet Borders dies from the Candy Christmas collection. So I did a gingerbread house here, and I have the border of the candy canes, Sweet Christmas, and then it opens like this. It stands up. We have Happy Holidays and some more candy canes in there, and then it closes like this. This is a double interlocking gatefold panel card, and I learned this fun fold from a video by Griffith. Now, of course, all the cards I share will be on my blog, and links to the blog post and products featured are in the description box. So I want a birthday card for a young boy who loves planes. So I'm going to use these dies for a non-Christmas card with you in this video. Here are the pieces that we need to make this double interlocking gatefold panel card. So I've cut two pieces, and the first piece is 5.5 by 9.5, and we're going to score it. I'll have a picture of this template on my blog. But I'm going to follow it, and we are going to score at 1/2, 2 5/8, and if you have a big scoreboard you would then do 6 7/8 and 9. But what you can do is just flip it over and repeat the 1/2 inch and the 2 5/8 inch if you have a board like this. I have both, but this fits better on my desk and under the camera, so this is what I like to use. So I'm just going to score at 1/2 inch, and then at 2 5/8, and then I'm going to flip it and do a 1/2 inch and 2 5/8. And then I am going to flip it, and I'm going to score at 2.5, just down to the first line. So here it's 2.5, and then I want to mark and cut off the bigger of those two. So I scored at 2.5, and this part here is slightly bigger. And I'm going to repeat that over here. I'm going to score it at 2.5, and then I'm going to cut this part off. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the scoring on the second part, and then we'll do that cutting. So this is the template for the second piece. It is 5.5 by 10 5/8, and we're going to score at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. And again, with a big scoreboard, you would then score at 6 3/8 and 8.5. But I can flip it and repeat the 2 1/8 and 4 1/4, which is what I'm going to do. So I want 2 1/8 and 4 1/4, and I'm going to flip it and do 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. So my scoring is done, and now I need to cut this one. So I am going to put it in at 2 3/4 which is halfway. So this is 5.5 at 2 3/4. And I want to cut up to the second line, skip the center, and cut these two. So I'm going to cut with this Fisker's cutter, and then I'm going to start at the top and go down to that line. So we have a piece that looks like this. Now, if you look at the template, you see we're going to cut this part off, and we're going to cut this part off. So I'm going to do that. So that's one piece. And then I'm going to cut this 1/2 inch off to that line. But then we want to miter this a little bit, so I'm just going to cut it at an angle. And then you have one tab. And then on this one, I'm going to cut this one off. And once again, cut at an angle. So we have these two pieces. Now this one is going to be folded up, and then the tab is like that. So this is folded up, and then the tab is like that. And hopefully these two line up. This is a little off. I might be able to fix that. And then this piece here, we're going to fold it valley, mountain, and valley, mountain, and this piece, I don't think I want that pattern paper out. I hope I can flip that around. Let's see. I thought it would be probably gotta redo that. I wanted it the other way. Be right back. So I had thought that I really like the shade of this blue for kind of like sky, and I thought, well, if there's polka dots on the back, that's not a problem, but it wasn't gonna work for the base of the card. So I decided to go with a slightly different blue. In fact, I thought this would be kind of fun to do two different, different colors and have part of it red and part of it white or whatever. But now I have just two different shades of blue. And I have put some two-sided tape here in preparation for putting it together. Now, it's a little bit easier to decorate these sides here without putting the centerpiece in, so that's what I'm going to do. Now these are supposed to be like snow or frosting from the Sweet Borders Candy Christmas Stamperia die set, but I decided it kind of looked like clouds. Artistic, you know, idea here, and I'm going to use clouds on some of that the rest of it. So I made a border, and I'm going to put it on both sides. I have some two-sided tape here ready to do that. So along the sides here, I think I'm going to go this way. And then trim off the excess. And then on this side, repeat that. Just to add a little interest and fun to the sides of these panels. So that is done, and then we're going to open it up, and we're going to put this piece inside. I've marked the 1 inch and the 3 1/4 inch up here just to help line it up. So I'm going to use those marks to help line this up. I'm going to use a combination of glue and tape. I like the glue because it gives you some wiggle room, but I like the tape because it grabs right away and you don't have to sit and hold it. So sometimes I use a combination of the both. So I'm going to put this in using those lines, those marks, so that I know I have it pretty much lined up at the top and the bottom. And I will erase those lines. I got some extra glue. So I guess I need a glue eraser too. I'm not sure how that happened, but I did. And now I'm going to fold this over, remove the top and fold that, and I'll trim the excess here. And then remove the cover here. So the card opens. It's called interlocking because these panels somewhat lock the card, and then it opens like that. So I love to do new, interesting, fun folds, and I thought I would share. I think I mentioned, but in case I didn't, I learned this from Griffith, and there is a link to her video in the description box. So I have done the die cutting to save a little time, and I'm going to put a plane up here, and then I have some either exhaust or clouds, depending on how you want to look at it. I thought I had. And then I have a sending love. So I just used a bunch of scraps that I had. These are mirror card. This is like a soft velvet almost in white. And then I put it on some foam that's two-sided foam, and then I have another cloud here, and then another cloud or exhaust or whatever you want to call it there. So this backing is adhesive, but I don't want this whole thing to be sticking, so I think I'm gonna just use glue on this. And then I have some foam strips on the back of here to attach this cute little plane from the Gingerbread Plain and Banners die set. And then I have Sending Love. That was done with a glitter paper. And these are adhesive backed, so they're going to stick easily. But I don't want some of that to be sticky, so I think I'll use glue on this one too. The longer ones, if they stick out, they're going to prevent us from opening it. So we have a cute plane with the layered mirror card and some clouds or exhaust, and then the card's going to open like this, and now we get to decorate the inside. So I have some more clouds. I'm going to put a piece down here to sign, and I put the happy birthday from the classic Sentiments by Mindy Eggen. It's a nice set that has small sentiments when you only have a small area to work with, and I want to be able to sign it underneath the sentiment. This is one of my favorite Spellbinder sets of all time, and it's called Rainbow Slice Tunnel. So pretty. And it occurred to me that if I put some of them together with some of those shades of blue, this again was a mirror card piece that I had that had an ombre look to it, that would be kind of cool, just coming off of that area where the plane is. I'm wondering if I put another plane there. I think I might do that. I don't have it cut yet, but I think I'm going to go this way with that piece and then cut another plane. So it kind of looks like this is colored coming off of there. And then I might add a cloud or two, either there or there, but I will think about that and have a picture taken. But in the meantime, my Sending Love card with the cute plane and the clouds, and then it opens up, it says happy birthday, and stands like that for display. So you can see that the holiday die set doesn't have to be just for the holidays, and I hope my cards inspire you to give some of the ideas and products a try.